welcome to Green Water Fish. Today I'm going to talk about how to do water changes for your goldfish fry. So water changes is very important for your goldfish fry. This is because in order for goldfish to grow healthy, you want to keep the water as pristine as possible, and this is not achievable without water changes. So in terms of water changes, you can do 50% water changes or even 90%, 100% water changes, but I would recommend doing less amount of water changes and more frequently for a younger goldfish fry, especially when they're less than 1 month old. This is because they're still pretty young and they're still pretty sensitive to any parameter changes. So smaller amount of water changes and more frequent water changes will be easier on them. But for a bigger goldfish fry, when they reach more than 1 month old, it's okay to do 90%, even 100% water changes. And in terms of water changing frequency, this is based on what you want out of your goldfish. But I think when the goldfish are still young, it's better to do water changes more frequently. The reason why I told you guys to do more water changes for a younger goldfish is because the more often you change water, the faster they grow in terms of their body size. And this is because goldfish actually secretes hormone. And when the hormone level reaches a certain level in the water, the goldfish will signal the change and they will think that there's not enough space in the water and they don't have room to grow, and then they'll slow down their growth. But when you do more frequent water changes, you keep the hormone level low in the water, and the goldfish will think that, oh, there's still plenty of space to grow, so they'll grow faster. So as a result of that, the lower the hormone level or the more frequent you change water, the faster they grow in terms of body size. But once they think that there's not enough space in the water, they'll slow down their body growth, but they'll keep their fin growing. So this is a balance between their body size and fin growth. But I think at a younger stage, it's better to stimulate a goldfish to grow a little faster in terms of their body size. And this is because goldfish actually grows the fastest when they're younger than 1 year old. So you want to keep stimulating them, give them a good start to get them to the ideal body size or body weight. So for those results, you should do water changes more frequently, I guess. How you change water is basically depends on how many goldfish fry you have, and also depends on how old they are. So if the goldfish fry are pretty young, they're less than 1 month old, and you have a lot of baby fries to take care of, it's best to use a airline tubing to do water changes. This is because when they're really young, you don't want to disturb them too much. The more you try to move them and catch them, the more likely they'll get injured. And also if you have a lot of baby fries to take care of, it will take you a long time to get all of them out of a huge tub or something. So I think for that reason, if your goldfish fries are less than 1 month old and you have a lot of them to take care of, it's better to use airline tubing. All you need to do is to put one end of the tube into the tank and the other end into a bucket or something, and you can just suck at the other end. Trust me, with practice, you'll learn how to get the water out without getting the water into your mouth. So yeah, that's how you do water changes using airline tubing. It's really easy. I'm not gonna show you guys here in the YouTube video. You can find plenty videos on YouTube how to do it with airline tubing. But when you do that, you want to make sure that you kind of make some bigger movements to scare baby fries away from your airline tubing so that you don't suck them into the air tubing. But it's not very likely because the airline tubing is so small and the suction force is not going to be too big. But just be careful. But for me, I don't want to do it this way. This is just because airline tubing is so small. It takes forever to change water. So, and also I only have very small amount of fries to take care of, so I didn't want to bother with that. So I use the following 2 ways to change water for my fries. So the first way how I do water changes is by taking all the goldfish out of the tank. So I will be able to do water changes without worrying about any baby goldfish fry in the tank. So after I remove all the goldfish out, I can just do the regular suctioning, like how I do it with any other tanks. And I use this Aqueon water changer. And if you haven't heard of this Aqueon water changer, I recommend you checking out the video that I made about how to do water changes for Goldfish Aquarium. And in that video, I have pretty detailed information about how to use that device. And it basically comes in 3 parts. The first part is the device, the main device that connects to your faucet. And the second part is the water hose. And the third part is the vacuuming tube. And in my video, there's detailed instruction about how to connect this device to your faucet and how to use this device to suction and to put water back into your tank. And before you refill the tank, you need to add in water conditioner. And after you finish adding the water conditioner according to the instructions, you can just use the same water changer, turn the knob the other way, and start filling in the tank. One thing that you always need to remember to do is to match the temperature and make sure the temperature between the new water and the old water is the same, but this cannot be guaranteed. So what I do is to put the baby goldfish fry in a bowl and let it float in a tank for about 15 to 20 minutes to match the temperature. And then you can just release your baby goldfish fry back into the tank. And the second way that I do it is to change water while the goldfish are still in a tank. I use the same water changers, but I make sure that the baby goldfish fries are away from my siphoning device, and I just carefully suck out all the debris on the bottom of the tank. And once all the junk are out of the tank, I literally use a pantyhose to cover the end of the vac and use rubber band to secure it. I mean, who cares as long as it works, right? And on a side note though, if you haven't discovered the magic of pantyhose, you should really try it because it's very versatile. I not only use it to cover the vac when I suction water out of the tank, I also use it to cover the filter to prevent eggs or baby shrimp or baby fish from getting sucked into the filter. It's just really great, so you should try it out and be creative. And after you manage to secure the pantyhose on a vac under the water, which could be kind of tricky to do, you can just leave it there because your fries are not going to be sucked into the tube. I promise. There is no way. And then you can just do whatever you want while the device is doing its work. And you'll come back to a almost empty tank. I tried both ways, and I'm going to tell you guys the pros and cons of each. The first way is to get all of your fries out of the tank, so you don't have to worry about sucking any fries out. But this can be time consuming if you have a lot of fries to take care of, and you also expose your fries at the risk of injuring them. It's not too bad at this age when goldfish fries are still young because they can still pretty much repair whatever injury that they had on their fins, as long as you keep the water clean. But if for some reasons you whack them, then it's not very likely that they'll recover completely. But this has the advantage of not worrying about any goldfish in the tank, so it's very easy to do water changes. Once you get all the fish out, you just do it exactly how you do water changes to other bigger tanks. Or even better, because there's no fish in the tank. The other way is to do it with the fry in the tank. That'll take a little experience and a little confidence. So the second way is actually friendlier to your goldfish fry because you don't have to move them around, you can just leave them alone, but you do have the risk of sucking them in, and that would not be preferable. So this is the end of the video of how to do water changes for your fry. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you find it helpful, and feel free to comment below and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!